Welcome back to Turkish Dramas News. There is a brand new series on the way that everyone is already talking about, and we just had our first big shakeup before the cameras even start rolling. The medical drama Başka Hayatta hasn't begun shooting yet, but it is already making headlines of a last-minute character change, a very strong cast, and an emotional plot that looks set to hook viewers from the very first episode. The biggest update so far centers on Sıla Türkoğlu's role. Until recently, her character had been introduced to the public under the name Mevsim. Fans were already getting used to that name, creating edits, talking about Mevsim, and building expectations around her. Now, right before filming begins, the production has officially decided to rename the character. Mevsim is out, and her new name is Elif. That's a complete change, locked in just days before the first scenes of Başka Hayatta are scheduled to be shot. On the surface, this might sound like a small detail, but anyone who follows Turkish series closely knows a character's name is a big deal. It's part of their identity, the way viewers connect to them, the way they're remembered years later. Switching from Mevsim to Elif suggests the creators have refined their vision for who this woman is and how they want her to be perceived. Elif is a strong, simple, classic Turkish name, widely loved and easy to remember. It carries a sense of warmth and familiarity, which fits perfectly for a character who is set to be at the center of a deeply emotional medical and romantic drama. Fans of Sıla Türkoğlu have already started reacting to the change. Many had just gotten used to calling her Mevsim in discussions about the new drama, and now they're adjusting to Elif instead. But overall, the response looks positive. People are saying the name Elif feels more in line with the tone of Başka Hayatta, which, translated loosely, means something like Doctor in Another Life. That title alone tells you we deal with a character in a world where identity, memory, and second chances are key themes. The name Elif, often seen as tied to beginnings and singularity, fits that perfectly. Now let's talk about the cast, because this is one of the main reasons the series has captured so much attention even before a single frame has been recorded. Leading the show is İbrahim Selikal, taking on the role of Professor Dr. Inan Kural. Anyone who has watched Turkish dramas over the years knows what İbrahim brings to a project. Intensity, charisma, and a grounded presence that makes complicated characters believable. Putting him at the center of a medical drama instantly raises expectations. Viewers are already imagining powerful operating room scenes, heavy emotional confrontations, and those quiet, introspective moments where the character is fighting internal battles as much as external ones. Opposite him, we have Sıla Türkoğlu as Elif. Sıla has quickly become one of the most talked about younger actresses in Turkish television. With a loyal fan base behind her and previous hits under her belt, she's at a point in her career where every new role matters. Taking on a leading part in a big-budget medical drama, like Başka Hayatta, is a major step. The idea of Sıla and İbrahim sharing the screen has already created serious buzz. Viewers are curious to see what kind of chemistry they'll have and how their character's relationship will develop under such emotional circumstances. But it doesn't stop there. This is a real ensemble piece. Alongside them, we have Şebnem Hassani Sugi stepping in as Eileen, bringing her own experience and depth to the project. Bertan Aslani joins as Toprak, likely adding a different energy and dynamic within the hospital setting. Ferit Aktug appears as Ekin, Esra Kaya as Feda, and Ilo Tamer, each of them familiar names for regular Turkish drama viewers. Yasmin Yazisi will be playing Asli, Mur Bulut is set as Nesrin, Berk Özgür as Ali Kakaman, Özge O'Neill Saramol as Gultan, Aysen Demir as Reveda, and Narayat Balls as Makads. All together, this is a packed cast list, the kind of lineup you expect in a major primetime production. What makes this exciting is that a medical drama with such a strong cast opens a door to layered storytelling. Başka Hayatta isn't just planning to show operations in hospital corridors. It's building a world around Tara Hospital, filling it with characters who all have their own lives, secrets, and emotional wounds. In a way, it has the potential to feel like a royal court drama, but instead of a palace, the arena is a high-pressure hospital where every decision can mean life or death. At the center of that world is Professor Dr. Inan Kural. Before everything goes wrong, he's presented as one of the top doctors at Tara Hospital, a respected name in his field, someone trusted with the most difficult cases. He's at the peak of his career in control and fully aware of his own skills. Then comes a turning point. After a gunshot attack and a critical surgery, everything changes. He survives, but when he wakes up, he discovers something devastating. The last 12 years of his memory are gone. That's the emotional spine of Dr. Başka. When Anand opens his eyes, his mind is essentially living in an earlier version of his life. He does not recognize his current surroundings in the way everyone expects him to. The colleagues who see him as a mentor, a leader, someone they've worked with for years, are now strangers in his eyes. His routines, his habits, the life he has built over more than a decade are wiped clean. Everything that happened in those 12 years exists only as information people tell him. He has no emotional memory of it. And then we come to Elif, played by Sıla Türkoğlu. Before the attack and the memory loss, Anand and Elif shared a deep love. She is not a casual presence in his life. She is a person with whom he has built a connection that took time, pain, and commitment. For her, this man is her great love. Someone she stood beside, someone she knows in all his layers. For him, after the amnesia, she is suddenly a stranger. That's where the real heartbreak and tension of the series sit. Imagine being in Elif's position. One day, you are deeply in love, sharing a life with someone who knows you, who trusts you, who has experienced so much with you. The next day, he looks at you like you're nobody. He doesn't remember the first time you met, the difficulties you overcame together, the private jokes, the tender moments. To him, you're just another face at the hospital, and everyone else is telling him you're important, but his heart doesn't feel it. At least not yet. For Anand, the situation is just as confusing. He's told that 12 years have passed, that he's a top surgeon at Tara Hospital, that he's built a respected career and a powerful love. But his last clear memories belong to a completely different phase of his life. He can't simply switch on a feeling, because people tell him it should be there. He has to decide who he is now, in this unfamiliar other life, and whether he wants to rebuild the connections he supposedly lost. This is where Dr. Başka has a real chance to stand out among current Turkish series. It combines classic elements of medical dramas, life-saving operations, ethical dilemmas, the pressure of night shifts and emergency rooms, with intensely personal questions about identity and love. Are we defined by our memories or by the choices we make in the present? If you lose 12 years of your life, are you still the same person? And if you're in Elif's place, how long do you hold on to a love that the other person doesn't remember? For viewers who enjoy romantic tension and emotional conflict, the amnesia element is a powerful tool. It sets up scenes where Elif remembers everything and Anand remembers nothing, where she reacts to him out of habit and history, while he reacts like they've just met. There will likely be moments where his instincts betray him, where his heart responds before his mind catches up, giving little hints that the connection is still there somewhere inside him, buried under the missing years. At the same time, the hospital backdrop allows the series to bring in new characters, guest roles, and medical cases every week that reflect or contrast with what Anand and Elif are going through. A patient struggling to cope with loss, a family trying to reconnect after years apart, someone deal with trauma that changed their life overnight. All of these can mirror the central storyline and deepen the emotional impact. The fact that the character name was changed from Mevsim to Elif just before filming starts suggests that the creative team is paying close attention to tone and symbolism. They know this is more than a technical medical drama. It's about second chances, a man forced to live another life, as the title suggests, and a woman who has to decide whether to fight for the love they had or accept that she may need to let go. The name Elif, with its simplicity and familiarity, makes it easier for audiences to root for her and feel close to her from the beginning. From a production standpoint, Dr. Başka is in a very interesting spot. Shooting is expected to begin next week, which means the cast is likely in final rehearsals, script readings, and character preparation right now. This is a stage where an ensemble like Ibrahim Selikal, Sıla Türkoğlu, Sebnem Hasanisugi, Bertan Aslani, Ferit Aktug, Esra Kaya, Ilo Tumber, Yasmin Yazisi, Mir Bulut, Burke Oscar, Uzge O'Neill, Sarah Mola, Aysen Demir, and Araya Baz all start to build on-screen chemistry and relationships. The last-minute name change is probably one of the final tweaks before things really lock into place. For fans of Turkish series, There's also the anticipation of seeing how the show will sit alongside other big dramas currently airing. Medical dramas often gain loyal long-term audiences if they can connect emotionally in the first few episodes. With a title like Dr. Başka, a strong cast led by Ibrahim and Sıla, and a core plot built on memory loss and lost love, the producers clearly believe they have something that can stand out in a crowded field. Another factor that makes this especially interesting is fan culture. Sıla Türkoğlu supporters and Ibrahim Selikal's longtime followers are already very active on social media, creating edits, posters, and speculations about their characters. The shift from Mevsim to Elif has already started a wave of new fan content, with people adjusting their designs and talking about what kind of personality they expect from an Elif who works at Terra Hospital and falls in love with Professor Dr. Inankuru. Once the first teasers and behind-the-scenes clips start coming out, that buzz is only going to grow. It also raises another question that fans love to debate. How will the relationship between Inan and Elif evolve once he wakes up without those 12 crucial years? Will he slowly fall in love with her all over again, creating a kind of second-chance romance where she gets to watch him rediscover feelings he once had? Or will the amnesia push him in a completely different direction, challenging Elif to decide what is best for her own future? We don't have those answers yet, but the premise is strong enough that people are already imagining all the possible paths the writers might take. In many ways, this is exactly the kind of project that Turkish drama viewers gravitate toward. High emotional stakes, a setting that naturally produces tension and drama, and characters who are forced to confront big questions about identity, love, and destiny. On top of that, the structure of a hospital show gives Dr. Başka a lot of room to grow. If the audience responds well, the series can continue exploring different aspects of Inan's lost years, Elif's strength, and the lives of the other doctors and staff at Terra Hospital over multiple seasons. So, to bring it back to the key news, Sıla Türkoğlu's character in Dr. Başka has undergone a major change even before we've seen a single episode. She will no longer be known as Mevsim. From now on, viewers should get ready to meet Elif. The series stars Ibrahim Selikal as Professor Dr. Inankuru, one of the leading doctors at Terra Hospital, whose life is turned upside down when a gunshot attack and subsequent surgery erased the last 12 years of his memory. He forgets the life and love he built, including his relationship with Elif, and that is where the heart of the drama begins. Now I want to hear from you. How do you feel about the name change from Mevsim to Elif? Do you think Elif suits Sıla Türkoğlu better in this kind of intense medical and romantic drama? Are you excited to see Ibrahim Selikal and Sıla together as the leads of Dr. Başka? And what do you think about the amnesia twist as the starting point for their relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy following Turkish drama news, cast updates, character changes, and all the behind-the-scenes developments from new series like Dr. Başka, make sure you subscribe to Turkish Drama's news and stay tuned. There's a lot more to come as filming starts and the first official trailers are released, and we'll